So I'm back again, and I want to talk about something that I don't think people realize. Just a little bit of knowledge for y'all and deep knowledge, and I'm going to sit the fuck down today because y'all be getting distracted. But anyway, so I just want to talk about if you know if you're a 5% or 7%er, then you understand the term Earth and why women are referred to as Earth. And if you have any knowledge on Kemetic science, then you know that as a producer, a male or female, when you're producing kids or a family, you are basically building a nation. These are, your Earth. You have to make sure your Earth is well taken care of and everybody in the Earth. And then your nation. Everybody, when you find you a spouse and y'all are reproducing, you're building a nation, right? So the first thing is, so there's two things. So one thing I want to say is about the women being referred to as the Earth. And a lot of people don't realize that Earth is, our mother. And if God is our father, mother is our Earth. Earth is our mother. And a lot of people are neglecting the Earth, like... In reality, a lot of women are neglected. But, we, the people that live here, are neglecting Mother Earth and don't even acknowledge her to be our mother, which in a lot of ways is how life is for women. But anyway, if you neglect the Earth, because when you have a nation, your unity is with your spouse. It's y'all two. And then y'all creating these kids. But the unity is y'all two. Y'all create these kids and bring them into the unity. But at the end of the day, the unity that cannot be broken is the mother and the father, right? So back to God being your daddy and mother being your Earth. God is, our Father, the Almighty, whatever. And Mother Earth, right? But the one thing about God is God and Mother Earth, they still have a unity. His loyalty is still to the Earth. So if the kids on the planet are not taking care of the Earth, guess who's going to be mad? Guess who's coming? Daddy is going to come, Okay, so that's the other thing. That's the first thing. The other thing is about creating your nation and being disciplined and focused enough when you're creating a nation, because that is a big task. That is why we are on this planet, to procreate. And when we're procreating, the experience that we are supposed to be experiencing is joy, and we're supposed to be spreading joy. Therefore, when we have our nation, when we're creating our nation, and when you bring up your nation, you have to make sure your nation is stable. You have, all the stables: financial stability, mental stability, emotional stability, financial, physical stability. You have to have all stables when you're building a nation. This is in reality, even with the earthly world. They've copied, I say God's law and God's order. They just copied that and made it earthly. So now you have these countries and these nations and all this. All this just comes from God's word and God's way, and how you're supposed to be in unity with your spouse, and y'all are supposed to build a healthy nation for whatever nation y'all are building. That is our duty on this planet, right? But then you have people who are building a nation and they don't realize they're building a nation. So they're starting nations and just leaving them. So they start families, they leave them. They start a family here, they leave them. They're creating little unfinished nations, right? So when you see a man who's able to, or a man and a female who's able to stay within their nation and be disciplined not to disrespect their relation or their nation, or be tempted to go outside of their nation and let outsiders crumble their whole nation and empire. That's why being faithful and loyal matters so fucking much. And you have these men who try to say, men are supposed to have multiple females, and men are supposed to do this. Let me tell you something. You're only supposed to have what you can afford. Okay? So if you cannot afford to take care of a bunch of different nations fully from the beginning to the end, that means you're making sure all of these nations are stable mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all of this, you making sure every nation that you are creating is stable and healthy. That's what you can afford. But see, a lot of these men be selfish, thinking that, oh, I'm a man and I have a dick, so I have the privilege of sticking my dick in whoever I want to stick my dick in because I'm not disciplined enough. And there's so many men that are not disciplined to the point where they think that this is the way. We're not disciplined and this is how we're supposed to be. Instead of actually learning that, no, you're supposed to control. You're supposed to control that sexual urge that you have. And God will reward you with many nations, plentiful nations. But see, y'all get besides that. Y'all just think, oh, we got the dick and we got the sperm and we supposed to lead. And so we deserve all the pussy we want. No. You deserve what you can afford. And if you can't even afford to have yourself and your own self in order, you don't deserve no motherfucking nations. You don't deserve to reproduce. And that's just the truth. Even with females. If you don't got yourself in order, you don't need to reproduce. You need to be stable within yourself and have stability within yourself as much as you can before you bring somebody in. Because that's just going to add more. I just try to use this nation because this nation is not really an analogy. This is truly what they say. You know, if you have a wife, you create a nation. If you have a family, you have a nation that you're creating. So when I hear men saying stuff like they deserve to have as many bitches as they want, or you know, they don't have to stick around and be in the household for their kids, or they can be selfish, or they flex about how many hoes they got. That is such a turn off to me because it just shows me how mentally immature you are. You're not even doing your purpose on this planet. And that's easy to see when you're talking to people, because you have people who are easily distracted and they have no discipline. So they fuck whoever, they cheat all the time, and you know, they can't even build no stable foundation for their nation because they can't even focus on the one nation that they need. They treat their partner that's in their nation as a op. So they disrespecting her, cheating on her, beating on her, they doing all this stuff. Your nation is already corrupt and fucked up. You already fucking it up. You know what I mean? So they don't even know. They don't even have the mind to know that I need to cherish and take care of this nation, because if I raise up this nation to be healthy, strong, and I have a legacy in my nation, my grandbabies, my kids and my grandbabies, this is just gonna continue. This is just gonna continue. I have a nation, so the woman I picked to have a nation with, she's great. So I'm gonna reproduce with her so my kids can be even greater. Just like with women, we find a man who's great and we love him, so we want to recreate him and bring up his kids even better than he was. You know, that's what it is. But see, people don't think like that. They just think they want to get their rocks off and, oh, I had a baby with her, I can't stand that bitch. No. You're supposed to be finding your equal, and you're supposed to be creating a nation with them. And when you don't create a nation with them, a healthy nation with who you're having a child with, you failed. And I hate to break it to you. I failed before, but I've learned my lesson, which is why I am at this space now. But people don't realize that. So when I hear men flexing about all the hoes they got, I just be like, child, you ain't gonna have no type of legacy, no type of nation, no type of nothing, because you can't even focus enough. You too distracted by the earthly shit to understand what's important in life. To know that you need a real nation that's gonna, when you get to a point where you can't really move how you was moving and provide how you was providing, your nation is still running. You're not even setting that up for yourself. So when I hear people saying, when I hear men or undisciplined women, when I hear, you know, undisciplined people saying stuff like that, I just be like, oh, you're going to be fucked up in the long run. You're going to probably be in a nursing home with no family. Yeah. Because you didn't create a nation for yourself. You know, some people think a nation is just money. You'll have all the money in the world and have no family, and you still die alone because you still didn't create a nation. A nation is not just something tangible. It's not just something financial. It's not that. It's something really more. You have to really plant a seed and water it. You know, you really have to do that. Yeah, you have to plant a seed and water it, which is why I started this conversation off with women are the earth. And if you have the earth, you have to make sure your earth has water. You got to make sure you're planting seeds in your earth, and you make sure you're watering your earth. And in reality, these people is damaging the earth, and we know which people it is damaging the earth. And I hate to say it, but the truth is the truth. Most of the people that's damaging the earth are men. And even in all the other countries, I'm not going to even say just one race, because it's different colonizers in different areas. But when they do colonize, a lot of times they try to control the earth too, just like they try to control women. Y'all see how they correlate? So that's why I brought up these two together, because if you don't take care of your earth, then your earth will crumble. You know, your earth will die. You know, there are dead planets, literally. So your earth will die. before your earth dies, God is here protecting earth, and God will flood this whole shit up if it means I gotta protect my earth. I'll set this whole shit on fire if it means I gotta protect the earth. Cause I can replenish the earth without nobody being here. This is me, God, you know. So this is the God in me speaking. God can replenish this earth with no humans here. Just fine. Wipe all us out. It can happen. It's happened before. You know. Last time it was water, you know. It can happen. So I just use that so people to understand y'all need to care for women a lot more. And this goes for women. Y'all need to care for yourselves a lot more. Your bodies, your mental. Get out of this earthly shit, this earthly world that y'all in, and get in tune with yourself in reality. We are all healing beings. Females are. That's why we have emotions. Men be like, oh, y'all need to just control your emotions. Why do we have to be the one in charge of our emotions? Because our emotions are connected to the earth. Okay? We can feel what other people feel. We can't control that. That's why when y'all have an attitude or y'all mad, we ask, what's wrong? Ain't nobody saying that was wrong. Why you think something wrong with me? I can feel it. It's just something I can feel. It's just us. So with us having our own emotions and then our family emotions and then outsiders' emotions, that's a lot of unstableness going on that men don't understand. So when we have men that come in and let us know, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. It means so much to us because this shit is not stable because we have the whole world that we can feel and people around us that we can feel. It's just something we can't control. So the men who understand that, I thank y'all. But I just want to say this because I don't think people understand how earth and women correlate.